Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get incredibly strong with the Zercher squat while others end up with sore knees, an aching lower back, or simply give up because the movement feels awkward? Here's the surprising truth: the exercise isn't the problem. In most cases, the problem is the technique. Even experienced gym-goers often perform the Zercher squat incorrectly without realizing it, and a few small mistakes can completely change how the exercise feels. If you've ever thought this lift was uncomfortable or ineffective, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to perform it safely, confidently, and with maximum results. The Zercher squat is unlike any other squat variation. Instead of placing the barbell across your shoulders or upper back, you cradle it in the crooks of your elbows. At first glance, that position may seem unusual, and many people avoid the exercise because they assume it's uncomfortable or dangerous. In reality, the Zercher squat is one of the best exercises for building total body strength. It challenges your legs, glutes, core, upper back, and even your grip all at the same time. However, those incredible benefits only happen if your technique is correct, and that's where most people go wrong. Before we talk about the perfect form, let's expose the biggest mistakes that hold people back. One of the most common errors happens before the squat even begins. Many lifters pick up the barbell, let their shoulders round forward, and allow the weight to drift away from their body. The moment that happens, everything becomes harder. Instead of feeling balanced and strong, they feel like they're fighting to keep from falling forward. The exercise suddenly feels uncomfortable, and they assume the Zercher squat simply isn't for them. But here's the interesting part: that uncomfortable feeling usually isn't caused by the exercise itself. It's caused by poor positioning. Think about carrying a heavy grocery bag. If you hold it close to your chest, it feels manageable because the weight stays near your center of gravity. Now imagine stretching your arms out and holding that same bag as far away from your body as possible. The bag hasn't become heavier, but it suddenly feels much harder to hold because the leverage has changed. The exact same principle applies to the Zercher squat. When the bar stays close to your body, you stay balanced and powerful. When it drifts forward, every muscle has to work much harder just to keep you upright. Another mistake many people make is choosing the wrong foot position. Some stand with their feet extremely narrow because they believe it looks more athletic. Others take an excessively wide stance because they think it will make the squat easier. Unfortunately, both extremes often reduce stability and make the movement feel awkward. Imagine building a skyscraper. If the foundation is too narrow, the building becomes unstable. If it's unnecessarily wide, the structure loses efficiency. Your feet are the foundation of every squat, and finding a balanced stance is one of the first secrets to performing the Zercher squat correctly. Now here's something that surprises many people. Have you ever been told that your knees should never move past your toes during a squat? That advice has been repeated for years, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Your knees are designed to bend and move. The goal isn't to keep them frozen behind your toes. The goal is to allow them to move naturally while staying aligned with your feet. When your knees travel in the same direction as your toes, your joints share the load properly and the movement becomes smoother, stronger, and more comfortable. So how do you actually set up for a perfect Zercher squat? Start with the barbell positioned around waist height in a squat rack. Bend your arms and place the bar securely into the crooks of your elbows. Bring your hands together in front of your chest or lightly clasp them to help stabilize the bar. The important part is keeping the bar pulled tightly against your body. Don't allow any unnecessary space between your torso and the barbell, because that small gap can dramatically change the balance of the lift. Before you even take a single step back, there's another step that many people completely ignore, and it's one of the biggest reasons their squats feel unstable. Take a deep breath into your abdomen, not just your chest. Then tighten your core as if someone is about to gently punch you in the stomach. Think of your core as the concrete foundation of a massive skyscraper. Every floor above depends on that foundation remaining solid. If the foundation shifts, the entire building becomes unstable. Your body works exactly the same way. Properly braced core protects your spine and allows your legs to generate far more power. Once you've unracked the bar, take a few controlled steps backward and plant your feet about shoulder width, apart with your toes pointing slightly outward. Stand tall with your eyes looking straight ahead. Avoid looking down at the floor because that often encourages your upper body to lean forward. At the same time, don't stare at the ceiling because that can throw your balance off in the opposite direction. Instead, imagine looking at a point directly in front of you throughout the entire movement. Now it's time to begin the descent, and this is where the real technique starts to reveal itself. Instead of simply bending forward, think about lowering your body straight down between your legs. Allow your hips and knees to bend together while keeping your chest proud and your elbows tucked close to your body. Maintain the pressure through your entire foot rather than rocking onto your toes or sitting only on your heels. Imagine your foot is like a camera tripod with 3 solid contact points, supporting everything above it. When all 3 points remain connected to the ground, your balance becomes incredibly stable. As you continue descending, keep the barbell close to your body and maintain a tall upper body. Your knees should continue tracking in the same direction as your toes without collapsing inward. This is one of those small details that separates efficient squats from sloppy ones. If your knees cave inward, your hips become unstable and your body loses power. Imagine a train moving along railroad tracks. The train doesn't suddenly jump sideways because the tracks keep it moving in the correct direction. Your knees should behave the same way throughout the squat. Many people believe that squatting deeper automatically means they're performing a better squat, but that's another misconception. The goal isn't simply reaching the deepest possible position. The goal is reaching the deepest position that allows you to maintain perfect control. If going lower causes your back to round excessively or your balance to disappear, you've already gone too far. Quality always beats quantity, and a controlled squat at the correct depth is far more effective than an uncontrolled squat that's unnecessarily deep. As you reach the bottom of the movement, pause for a brief moment and mentally check your position. Is your chest still lifted? Is your core still tight? Are your knees tracking correctly? Is the bar still close to your body? These quick mental checkpoints can instantly improve your technique without adding a single pound to the barbell. Sometimes the smallest adjustments create the biggest improvements. Now it's time to stand back up. And this is another moment where many people make a costly mistake. Instead of driving with their legs, they allow their hips to shoot upward while their chest collapses forward. The movement begins looking more like a poorly performed good morning than a squat. Instead, imagine pushing the floor away from you with your feet. Drive evenly through your entire foot while your chest and hips rise together. Picture your torso and hips connected by an invisible steel beam. They move together as one strong unit from the bottom all the way to the top. Breathing also plays a much bigger role than most people realize. Random breathing creates random stability. Before every repetition, take a deep breath into your abdomen, brace your core, and maintain that pressure as you descend. Hold that tension through the hardest part of the lift. Then slowly exhale as you approach the top of the movement. This simple breathing pattern can make your squat feel dramatically stronger and more stable. Once you've mastered the basics, it's time to focus on the details that separate good lifters from great ones. Elite athletes don't simply go through the motions. They create full body tension before every repetition even begins. Their grip tightens, their upper back activates, their core braces, and their feet press firmly into the floor. It's like stretching a rubber band before releasing it. That stored tension creates explosive power while keeping the body stable throughout the movement. Another advanced technique is slowing down the lowering phase of the squat. Instead of dropping quickly, spend about 3 seconds lowering yourself under complete control. Pause briefly at the bottom, then stand up with power. This slower tempo removes momentum from the exercise and forces every muscle to work exactly as it should. Weaknesses that were previously hidden suddenly become obvious, allowing you to improve much faster. One more advanced tip involves your rib position. Some lifters try so hard to keep their chest up that they overextend their lower back and flare their ribs outward. While it may look impressive, it actually reduces stability. Instead, think about keeping your ribs stacked naturally over your pelvis. Your posture should feel tall and strong without becoming exaggerated. This subtle adjustment helps your entire body work together more efficiently. Many beginners also wonder whether it's normal for the Zercher Squat to feel uncomfortable around the elbows. The answer is yes, especially when you're first learning the exercise. The barbell rests directly in the crooks of your elbows, and your body needs time to adapt to that pressure. There's an important difference between normal discomfort and actual pain. Mild pressure usually decreases as your body becomes accustomed to the movement. If needed, you can temporarily use a towel or a squat pad while building confidence with the exercise. Now let's put everything together. A great Zercher squat starts with the bar securely held in the crooks of your elbows. Your chest stays proud. Your core remains tightly braced. Your feet create a strong foundation. Your knees follow the direction of your toes, and the bar stays close to your body throughout the movement. You lower yourself under complete control. Maintain perfect balance at the bottom, then drive powerfully back to the starting position without allowing your chest to collapse. Every part of your body works together like members of a championship team instead of individual players trying to win the game alone. Here's a challenge for you. The next time you perform Zercher squats, forget about lifting the heaviest weight possible. Instead, focus on performing 10 absolutely flawless repetitions. Pay attention to your breathing, your balance, your posture, and the position of the bar throughout every single rep. You'll probably notice muscles working harder than ever before, not because you're lifting more weight, but because you're finally using the correct technique. Remember, real strength isn't measured only by the amount of weight on the bar. It's measured by the quality of every repetition you perform. Every workout is another opportunity to improve your movement. Sharpen your technique and build a stronger body. Stay patient, trust the process, and keep practicing. Before long, the Zercher squat won't feel awkward anymore. Instead, it'll become one of the most rewarding exercises in your training routine. Keep working hard, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.